And so it begins.
Conventions are coming.
Well, guess we better brace ourselves for a lot of talking.
Well, lucky for us, the season's almost over. Only 4 episodes to go.
Seriously?
What?
Nothing, Rila. Anyway, let's do this.
Sure thing. Hi, everyone.
Sorry about the sudden break, but hey, we're back. Hope you're all ready to tune in.
This past week has been really busy.
I'm Riley.
I'm Rila.
And you're watching
Bulletoon Weekly.
So here's an interesting bit of news. The upcoming Flash movie may not actually adapt Flashpoint.
That's a good thing, right? Don't you hate that story?
Yes and no. I don't like it, but I can't really call it bad. I think the reason this just rubbed me the wrong way was that the story relies a lot on there being a lot of well-established DC history already, and the DCEU just doesn't have that yet.
What do you think they'll try instead?
Probably no specific storylines. Trial of the Flash would be a cool one and all, but I think if they really want to make an impression, they shoot for a villain who doesn't have the same powers as Barry. Flash is a colorful and silly rogues gallery. Captain Cold, Weather Wizard, Mirror Master, why not let one of them shine?
But,
What?
well, Flashpoint led to the New 52, right?
You had to remind me.
Sorry, but it got me thinking. Couldn't they have used Flashpoint to reboot the DCEU if they felt like what they were doing wasn't working? Justice League did underperform in a big way, right?
You have no idea. But yes, that was always sort of a quiet reason to make the movie Flashpoint. If stuff didn't work out, you have a reset button ready to go. But I guess they feel pretty confident with Shazam and Wonder Woman 2. We'll see what they decide to do, I guess.
Over in TV land, the CW has renewed all of the Arrowverse shows, as well as Black Lightning and Riverdale.
That's interesting. That makes 5 superhero shows, right? I thought CW was planning to cap it at 4. Or are they not counting Black Lightning since it's not part of the Arrowverse?
Riley.
I mean, I know you have no idea, but come on, throw me a bone here. Anyway, what about the other shows?
What about them? You don't care about Riverdale.
The hell with Riverdale! Supernatural, man! How's supernatural?
Man, you've got it bad, huh?
Hey, I'm not ashamed. Everyone's in love with the Supernatural boys.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, Supernatural's coming back, as if that was any surprise. All these shows are being joined by some other returning shows. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, Dynasty, and Jane the Virgin. But there are a few shows up in the air. V100, iZombie, Life Sentence, and Valor. We should know more about them next month. Around the same time, we should learn what pilots they're going to be picking up.
Next up, some Harley Quinn stuff. It's been a while, but it looks like Harley's book is getting a new creative team. Sam Humphries is taking over as the writer with John Timms on the art in Harley Quinn number 45.
Hey, whatever. As long as I get more Harley Quinn, I'm good.
Right, well, it's actually a pretty interesting idea. Harley's going to Apocalypse, and apparently Granny Goodness gives her an offer to be one of the female Furies.
Doesn't that involve, brainwashing?
Well, it depends on the writer, really, but usually, yeah. That and soul-crushing training from hell. Not like she'd be new to brainwashing anyway. I'd have a hard time describing the Joker relationship as anything else.
Yeah.
Alright, time for a huge story! The Fantastic Four are back, dude! It's about damn time!
Oh, this is nothing. You guys should have seen her when she first learned about this. She didn't stop bouncing for hours. I guess she was doing her Mr. Fantastic impression.
Zip it, you. I am not letting you ruin this one for me.
All right. Continue with your little squee fest. I'll be over here.
Thank you. Anyway, that's right. The Fantastic Four are back with a new creative team in Dan Slott and Sarah Pacelli. Of course, Slott's probably best known for his run on Spider-Man. His departure from that book was announced a while ago, but no one really knew what he'd be doing afterwards. Well, now we know. The Fantastic Four return this August. Totally looking forward to it. Sticking with Marvel, we finally have news about the release date of that PS4 Spider-Man game.
Is it gonna let you change the costume?
Actually, yes.
Oh, cool. Then I'm game.
That was seriously your only criteria?
What? The default one looks ugly. Can you blame me?
Oh, don't get me wrong, the thing's hideous. But the only barrier to entry was the costume?
It's a Spider-Man game. How much more can you really mess up at this point?
You'd be surprised. Anyway, the game hits shelves September 7th. Oh, and for a fun little bit of info, no microtransactions. None.
Wow. I guess Christmas miracles do exist. For once, a game company wasn't greedy.
It is kind of sad at this point that it's news when a game doesn't have them. Actually, on a related note, turns out Shadow of War is losing its own microtransactions.
Whoa, this is news. I mean, even despite how bad the backlash got, the most you really got out of other games was a temporary freeze on loot boxes and stuff.
Gee, I wonder what you could possibly be talking about. But yeah, chests are still gonna be in the game, just without using gold to purchase them. Gold won't be on sale anymore after May 8th, and players who still have any gold will have to spend it before it's patched out on July 17th.
That seems almost a little too cut and dry.
Yeah, the game basically encouraged you to either fork over a lot of dough on chests to see the true ending, or grind like hell to get them the long way. Removing the gold is fine and all, but the actual update from Monolith didn't say anything about whether this meant they'd be tweaking that grind a bit. I sure as hell hope they do. But all we really know is that they plan to update the post-game Shadow Wars segment. That's about it.
I have one! So there's a game coming to PC and Nintendo Switch called Double Cross.
Oh, I've heard of this one. It's sort of an environment-shifting platformer, right? Sort of like a hybrid of Mighty Switch Force and, I don't know, Mega Man or something?
Yep, I really like the style of it. And since it's also going to be on PC, that tells me it's probably an indie game, right?
Probably. Nintendo has really been stepping up with its third-party stuff, and they've always been pretty good to indie titles, especially with how Shantae and Shovel Knight have worked out for them. It's not surprising.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this one.
I guess I'd better get my thumbs ready.
Huh?
Well, you're expecting me to play it for you while you watch, right?
No.
Right. Speaking of Shantae, how's that going?
I don't want to talk about it.
Of course you don't. And now for some Overwatch news.
You know, I'm starting to think you should just have your own show dedicated entirely to Overwatch.
As if I get paid enough for that.
We're getting paid?
Anyway, the Uprising event is on its way back. But this time, the event is being called Overwatch Archives. Presumably because, from now on, the event is going to be used to give us some new PvE story missions like Uprising, and this time, Retribution.
I've gotta hand it to them. They really know how to keep their audience hooked.
Of course they do. This is the same company behind World of freaking Warcraft.
Very true.
Jeff Kaplan actually made some major announcements about it during the first day of Stage 3 in the Overwatch League, during the halftime break of Game 2, and it was awesome! We're finally getting a Blackwatch mission! Reaper, Genji, McCree, and Moira pulling off sort of a stealth operation and showing us exactly what happened that got Blackwatch noticed by the public for the first time!
I assume there'll be new skins and stuff, right?
Oh yeah! Jeff hinted at a new skin for our favorite Shimada brother. We're also getting a new Reaper skin. The skins from last year's event are coming back too, of course. And then there's the best part, a new map in Venice! And the Uprising event is gonna be back! I just totally can't wait! The event goes live on the 10th!
Japan time!
This one probably deserves a bit less of your enthusiasm, sis.
Believe me, I know. But the audience doesn't.
Fair enough. So, Overlord has, in fact, confirmed a Season 3. So, you know, yay or something.
Season 2 has been really disappointing, honestly.
You're telling me. A brief moment of awesome here or there, but otherwise just boring. So boring.
I don't get it, Riley. Why? Why wouldn't anyone shut up? Why was just about the whole show nothing but people talking?
Even when the last season was just talking, at least it was pretty epic. Though, I gotta say, that's just not my biggest problem anymore.
Really? What is?
If I'm honest, I kinda wanna wait and talk about it in more detail another time.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it left a bad taste in my mouth. So, I guess it wouldn't hurt to make a review of it or whatever.
Really? Yeah, that could be totally fun. Let's do it.
Sure, but later. Way later. Like, maybe after we come back from the season break.
Why?
Would you buy that I just want to take as much time to study it again as possible?
In other words, you want to put it off as much as you can.
That's not what I said.
But it's what you meant, right?
Well...
Oh boy. I can't even.
So, my whole shoujo, that is a thing.
Look, I know I've said I love magical girls. And I do. But this is... I have no idea what to do with this.
The best thing you can probably do is just embrace the madness.
Seriously. But whatever. It looks like the manga is getting a sequel. The original was published back in 2012 with the complete volumes coming out in 2014. It also got a new serialization that year. And this new sequel is set to come out on April 13th.
In the meantime, though, Crunchyroll's streaming the new anime. In fact, the first 2 episodes are available to premium members. It's a thing that exists, that's for sure.
Gee, what a shocker. The Hunter x Hunter manga is once again going on hiatus.
Dude, seriously?
Riley, why are you surprised?
I don't know.
The manga has a bit of a history with this. Went on hiatus back in September and just came back on January 29th. But it's been on and off like this for ages now. At this point, it might as well be a meme.
I want another Hunter x Hunter anime, man! How could I ever expect that to happen when the book keeps pausing?
Patience is a virtue, sis.
Oh, and how's that 3rd season of Log Horizon coming along?
Riley! I told you not to remind me about that! Why are you so mean?
Gee, I wonder why. So, that's our show, guys!
There are actually kind of a lot this time.
Yeah, we'll call it practice for the storm to come.
I only pray that when the conventions arrive, they'll show mercy and make their attack swift.
You and I both, dear sister. But for now, we must wait. Only time will tell.
Indeed.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys! If you liked what you saw, give that like button a zap and support the show by clicking that Patreon link in the description.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever we upload a new video.
Check out the site for our source links and the links to all the new releases this week, plus a bunch of other awesome content from the guys.
This has been Bulletoon Weekly. I'm Rila.
I'm Riley, and as always, stay tuned!